Lucas.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. The failure to act with sufficient ambition to avert the climate catastrophe will be the greatest moral failure of our time. The industrial world's destruction of our planet is essentially the story of a single lifetime. The planet brought from seeming stability to the brink of catastrophe in my lifetime. So we have to turn it around in our lifetimes too. It's the most awesome responsibility, but it is also the most amazing opportunity. When people look back at this moment, it won't be those blockading bridges or striking from school that history will judge severely. It will be those who shut their eyes and blocked their ears to the scale of the challenge. So I really welcome the fact and pay tribute to the work of Extinction Rebellion, of the youth climate strikes, because they have already made a difference. The sheer numbers of people in this chamber today are testament to that. But we need to be serious that a climate emergency isn't a matter of a few words and then we move on with business as usual. Yeah. Business as usual is climate appeasement. We need change. We need change when it comes to the kind of emergency that you might have, for example, when we face conflict or war. We have that kind of single-minded mobilisation, because at extraordinary times, extraordinary things can happen. So back in 1938, in 6 years from that point, in 1938, in that wartime moment, we reduced our use of coal by 25%. We reduced our use of public cars, private cars I mean, by 95%. Public transport went up by 13%. And that because we had a shared sense of emergency. And so my plea for today is that we don't just use these words about emergency, that we're serious about them and we act on them as a result. Now, the other side of sometimes challenged me to say that they've done better, congratulate the government on their actions. But it's hard to do that when seriously, for example, the Secretary of State earlier refused to answer my question about aviation expansion. The bottom line is we cannot be serious about a climate emergency and continue with aviation expansion, continue with Heathrow expansion, continue with fracking. This is a government that has slashed zero-carbon homes. It has shafted solar power. It has banned onshore wind. And those things are wrong and we need to call them out. But at the same time, we also need to say there is an incredibly positive agenda out there for the grasping, and a positive agenda around a Green New Deal. I'm really proud that yesterday a new Environmental Justice Commission was launched. It's going to be chaired by the Right Honourable Member for Doncaster North and myself, and the former member for Thanet South. And it is going to be looking at that Green New Deal, that mass mobilisation of resources into renewable energy and energy efficiency, getting transport right, getting agriculture right. And we can do this in a way that workers drive it, that this just transition makes sure that no one loses out, and indeed that there is a positive story, that we can have a better life for all. But right now, the statistics are grim. We are one of the most nature-depleted countries on earth. 59 scientists last year said that we've lost 60% of the population of mammals, birds and fish and reptiles in my lifetime. That has to change.